Guys, back with another video, but before I stop, make sure you smash that like button. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you do so, making sure that that notification bell is on with the option all, so when I upload these videos, you are the first one to watch. Also, make sure to leave a comment on this video. So I wanted to briefly share some information of Chrisean Rock's childhood and her siblings' childhood, and it also gives a backstory of things that we've seen in the past, the present time, the decisions that Chrisean Rock continues to make, and family members of Chrisean Rock continue to make in the social media community or in their personal lives because of generational curses, things that they've been through, things that they have saw. you know Parents are responsible when they have children to make sure that these kids are protected. I'm not saying that they weren't protected and that they're in environments that they can, grow up and be productive. Also, we don't have kids that we can't afford. We don't have kids that we can't properly take care of. And in some cases, we do the best that we can. I don't think that nobody will get the Mother of the Year award or the Father of the Year award. We're not perfect. However, when you know better, you do better. So I wanted you guys to listen to some of what Chrisean Rock's sister was talking about their childhood, and it seemed like she really had some rough times. And it really made me understand my position to why I'm Team Chrisean Rock, but I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear at the same time.
Walking upstairs to go use the bathroom. We supposed to go wash up or something. We went upstairs. As soon as we get up there, we see the guy's feet in the bathroom, just stiff on the floor. Then we go further to see if he was okay. We thought he fell or something. He had a needle in his arm. I'm like, oh my God. That was the first time, like, we got exposed to the city. It was crazy for us. So my mom was like, all right, we're not staying here no more. We went to our other homegirl house up the street. Before we went to my aunt's house. It was too many of us. It was too many of us. They was like, no, it's too many of y'all. So it was me on down to Chrisean. That's 8 of us. My her and my father got 8 children together. So then homegirl Kathy offered us a place to stay. And she said we had 6 months for my mother to get on her feet or whatever. And we got a hold of my mother.
Okay, so that explains the 8 kids. The 8 Chrisean's 8 siblings are from one man, the mother, which is Chrisean Rock's mother, and the father. We seen the father. That's who Blueface had punched in the mouth or wherever he punched him at. Let's put it like that. We're not going to get into violence, non-violence, okay? Yeah, but she just said something that I had to speak on. She said that there was a man that was found in the bathroom. Okay, he obviously OD'd. This is what I'm taking from this conversation that she's having on IG with her followers. And let's also know that Chrisean's mother's alleged drug of choice is the boy, aka heroin, a downer. She doesn't like the girl, which is aka the white stuff. And she makes it clear, when people are calling her heads and this and that and the other, she jokingly in the past joked about, listen, I get down with the heroin. Okay, so yeah. So not only was the kid subjected to it, the mother didn't want the kids around it, took them away from it, well, tried to keep them away from it. She ended up ultimately, and we don't even know, she probably at that time, and maybe Chrisean's sister is too young to remember this, but she could have been active then, because in this story, and like I said, I wasn't able to record the whole entire story because thanks to Mr. Davis, my husband, he called in and it kind of messed up my recording, but I got enough of the information to see just a glimpse in the lifestyle when Chrisean Rock was younger that she had to live, because of what her mother was doing in her life and her father was doing in their life, which to me is selfish. And the children were the ones that had to, feel the run of it.
While we was up Papa Grove, and things started going downhill a little bit. And then we left from there and we went on Payson Street to the guy Black House. This Muslim dude, one of my sisters was messing with. And he had like 6 wives. It was like, what is going on here? So one day, We in his house. This man had a dresser full of nothing but guns. I'm talking about they was in the drawers by the size. I gained the fascination for it. I was so fascinated when I saw him go in the drawer and grab something. He had a beef going on. Somebody called him and needed his back up. He went in the drawer, grabbed the gun, went in the bottom drawer, grabbed the two guns. I'm like, oh. So when he left out, I'm real nosy by nature. I can't help it. So when he left out, yeah, my mother was very protective. My mother was a good mother. I'm talking about better than me as a mother. Like I can't match the type of mothering that she gave. But she so anyway, dude left out. So I'm being nosy. Mommy preoccupied. So I goes in the guy's room.
She stopped. She got real short with it, but I understand what she means. I know a lot of people are going to be critics. Leave in the comment section what you think about what you're hearing so far. But yeah, you can still be a good mother and have addictions. I mean, for the most part, people, I think everyone has food addictions. We love food. And just the thought of somebody stopping to eat food and hey, let's do a fast. It's like, you girl, you crazy. You on your own with that. So, I think that the reason the upbringing wasn't what it could have been is because of the addiction. And I don't think that the mother would have been a really bad mother if there wasn't things that she herself was acceptable to as well, in the streets. There's nothing good, as we all know, comes out of the street. Sometimes we have to learn at a young age, and obviously Chrisean's mother did, that there's nothing in the streets. All the streets are going to do is run you down. And then when you go to have children and you have these addictions, kids are like sponges. They affect the children in many ways. And we all know that the Malone families, the 8 children that Chrisean's mother had with Chrisean's father, it did affect a lot of the children in many a ways. We have to be very mindful that generational curses can occur because of these situations.
On the drawer, I was just looking at house opening drawers like this is crazy. This how I'm having my house. I'm gonna have a gun drawer, a gun dresser in my house. So it was like, okay. I was looking at it. My mother came in the room. She saw me. She shut the drawer. She was like, oh no, oh no. Here go another oh no. Grabbed by my arms, grabbed all the children, and she was like, we out here. We ain't coming back here again. And we walked to the corner. And when we got to the corner of Walbrook and Pace, and she like, Terrain, which church you think? One church had a red door and one church had the light on. Red, my favorite color. So I wanted to go with the red door. But my spirit was like, that light on. Let's go where that light at. So we went to where the light was at. Sunday service just let out. Um, the pastor was in there. Mind you, this whole time my mother had us back. The whole probably almost a year. That we was with my mother on the run. We went to churches. Like I said, she raised us in the church. So we would go to churches and she would reach out and tell people, like, I need help. I had to kidnap my children from, that grandmother. She want to give them back, blah, 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 blah. She would express and tell her story. They would call us to the front, tell us how pretty we are.
Now, the kidnapping part caught me as well, because why are you kidnapping your kids? That's why I said, sometimes we try to downplay because we love our parents unconditionally. There was definitely something that was probably not directly done or openly around the children, them coming up. The mother probably obviously had some things going on earlier than what Chrisean Rock's sister's telling in this story here that she can remember, but there obviously was something going on. And usually when people are on the run and they have to kidnap their kids, it's usually behind drugs and alcohol, in my opinion. It plays a role. We make foolish decisions that we otherwise wouldn't make if we weren't under the influence, and then we find ourselves in these kind of predicaments.
And they would say, this one's going to be a prophet. This one's going to be a ha, ha, ha. And they would just, be like that. And then most of them would have food there, and they would give us a plate of food, some fried chicken. I used to love how it smelled when you get nice. Like, yes, they got chicken in here. So they would have fried chicken, cakes, and stuff like that. Everywhere, every church that we went to, that's how it was. They would just prophesy over us, touch us on our head, try to knock us down, crazy stuff. And it was like, okay. It was never no solution, no resolution for what we was going through. And so then when we got to Walbrook and Payson, she was like, the red door or this one. So I'm like, the one with the light on. We went in there. We met our pastor. And he just was like, open arms. How are you guys doing? My mother told him, like, what we was going through. She broke it down to him like how she broke it down to every other church. And then we was about to leave out after he talked to him. He gave a couple of dollars or something. And we was about to leave out. Then, next thing you know, oh, I didn't even see that. Don't even say.
But I just wish Chrisean Rock the best, and I know that she's going to be a better mother than she had. Not trying to say her mother was a bad mother, but I think that Chrisean Rock is doing the best that she knows how to do with, what she is teaching herself, self-teaching herself. And I think that it's safe to say that Junior is going to get a better life, a safer life, going to be in a better environment because of what Chrisean Rock had to endure.
It don't matter. I'm not on judging. You need to stop judging because he might be one of the chosen ones that's just missing out. But anyway, for now, and if I ever meet him again, I met him before. If I ever meet him again, if I want to lead him back to Christ. But so anyway, because they got the whole blueprint. I love how it is with him and Drake, all of that. But anyway, so we was leaving back out. He was like, "Wait, where are you guys going?" And he was like, "You said you didn't have nowhere to go." And my mother was like, "Yeah, we don't. But I'm gonna find something. We're gonna make it work." And he was like, "No, I got somewhere for y'all to stay." And he put us in an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment, and it was fully furnished. It was somebody already staying there, but the guy had an emergency and went to the hospital or something. It was his cousin, his brother. I forgot who it was. Somebody in his family. I'm talking about the man glasses, reading glasses was still on the nightstand. He had an old bowl of oatmeal on the kitchen table. Like, when we got in there, and my mom was like, "Okay, we're going to all sleep in here." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not sleeping there." So I slept on the couch in the living room. And, mommy and them slept in the room. And then one day we coming home from church. Then my grandmother got in touch with my mother because social service had got on my grandmother, like, "You still getting checks and stuff like that. We're going to lock you up for fraud." She came to where we was at, took us shopping, bought us nice stuff. Like, my grandma got good taste, quality taste. Bought us nice stuff. And I guess the people on the block thought we had money or something. We went to church. We on our way home. I look up. I see somebody with a bike on the side of the house. It's not normal. And I'm like, "Why are he sitting right there on that bike?" I